Assalamu alaikum. Once again, welcome to my channel Learning with Aisha. Today we are going to discuss Act 2 of The Valley of Fear. So let's see where the story goes. In Act 2, Scene 1, when we talk about the setting, so it's Widow McNamara's parlor. Now, this is the same place where McMurdo is now shifted after Shafter's lodging. McGinty comes to meet McMurdo and he inquires him about the reason of his meeting with brother Morris. McMurdo and Morris they already had a plan what they are going to share with McGinty. So McMurdo reveals that Morris offered him a position as a clerk in his store, but he refused it. McGinty shares his doubts about Morris as a disloyal member and he advises McMurdo to stay away from him. In simple words, he threatens McMurdo to stay away, otherwise, he will also be considered as a disloyal person. Later on, they plan to burn Chester Wilcox's house along with his family. Just as their conversation concludes, Inspector Marvin arrives and arrests McMurdo. And do you know why was he arrested? Please share your answer in the comment box. Let's move on to scene number 2. It's the courtroom 1895. McMurdo, Baldwin, Scanlon, and the Willoughby brothers, they all are present in the court. The magistrate discharged them due to the insufficient evidences provided by Captain Marvin. There was no witness of the incident. He also offers apologies for any inconvenience caused by this all. Mrs. Larrabee shouts at them, but the magistrate instructs one of his officers to escort her out of the courtroom. Scene number 3 is a very short and precise scene where Mr. Watson only observe Mr. Barker and Mrs. Douglas sitting under a tree on a bench and they were busy in a friendly conversation. There was no sadness on their face of Mr. Douglas's murder. Let's move on to scene number 4. It's the Burston Manor, 1895, the study. Holmes and Watson are concluding their investigation. They find out few more clues and evidence to add their investigation. This is a very important scene as this scene shares a lot of characteristics of Mr. Holmes as well as Dr. Watson. Among their discoveries are Barker's blood-stained slipper, which shows that Barker fabricated the story and lied about everything. They both consider Mrs. Douglas and Mr. Barker as possible perpetrators. The mystery of bicycle is also revealed. It belongs to an American and Holmes deduces that the murder took place half an hour before they received the notification. Furthermore, they speculate that Mrs. Douglas and Mr. Barker helped the murderer to escape. The last scene of today's lesson is scene number 5 from Act 2. Setting, once again, it's Widow McNamara's parlor, 1875. McMurdo is composing a confidential letter when Etty enters the room, and when she inquires about the letter, McMurdo refuses to show any explanation or any letter. But he explained that this letter contains a secret of the lodge. Etty urges him to settle somewhere else and to stay away from Vermissa Valley. She wants McMurdo to leave the lodge, but it is not obviously easy for McMurdo to accept. She gives him the news that the Scourers have burnt Chester Wilcox's residence, but he and his family were somehow safe and secure. Meanwhile, Andrew and Lawler, the other Scourers, came to visit McMurdo and they tell him about the reason of their arrival. It was a secret reason which was not clearly revealed, although McMurdo wants to know the purpose of their arrival, but they just said that it's a lodge task. Thank you so much.